I'm John McPeak, and you are watching Community Focus, presented by the Friends of MCTV. In this third segment, our guest is Matt Ivan with Disability Network Mid-Michigan. Welcome to Community Focus.
Thank you, John.
Matt, what's the significance of the year 2015 to the Disability Network?
2015 is actually doubly significant for us. It happens to be Disability Network's 25th anniversary, but more significantly, it is the 25th anniversary of the Americans with Disabilities Act. The ADA, as it's known by, is the signature piece of civil rights legislation that prohibits discrimination against people with disabilities. And it was passed July 26, 1990. And so this year we're launching a big celebration starting here in July and kind of going throughout the rest of the year. So
how is the Disability Network celebrating these anniversaries?
Well, we've with the independence focus of the ADA, we've tried to come up with some events that deal with overcoming obstacles. And so one of the things that we decided to put together was a film, a disability film focus. And we'll be featuring some films in 4 different locations around the Mid-Michigan area. Each one of those films will deal with a person who has overcome a significant disability and has achieved a greater level of independence through that, overcoming the obstacles. So.
Now you mentioned 4 locations, and this is all at the same time on different dates?
We'll have them, it starts July 6th, July 13th, and July 20th, so Mondays in July. The show times for each one of them will be at 6:15 or 7:30, depending on when the particular movie starts. And it's in Bay City at the State Theater, in Saginaw at the Tuscola Education Center, here at the Center for the Arts in Midland, and at the Mount Pleasant campus of Mid-Michigan Community College.
And do you have a tentative lineup or a firm lineup for some of these films?
We have a tentative lineup. We'll be placing all that information out on the airwaves and on our website here very shortly. Once we have some speakers that are coming in as well to give some more information about some of the films. We just have to firm up who's going to be there and where. But we do have the movies solidified. The movies that we'll be showing, one is a documentary that was nominated for Best Picture back in 2007 called Murder Ball, which is a story of wheelchair rugby, about the athletes who have acquired a disability and, in one of their ways of trying to achieve another sense of normalcy back into their lives was to start playing wheelchair rugby. And it's a very intense look at how competitive that sport really is. And it gives people a sense as to some of the things that folks who have acquired disabilities do to regain independence and to kind of live that life that they were used to living. We have a film about people with autism seeking to find love called Autism in Love. It's a documentary that hasn't been released yet. And we have, that one is actually going to be really interesting because the producer and director of that film have agreed to take part in a Q&A at locations for that showing. We have another movie called Music Within, starring Ron Livingstone, which is a picture about a Vietnam veteran who loses his hearing in the war and comes back to the United States and ends up becoming a disability advocate back in here in the States. And then another one that's really intense called Crisis Hotline Veterans Press 1, which is a look at PTSD and how war affects veterans. Very intense 40-minute documentary, and that'll be showing at all 4 locations. And the final film is one that Daniel Day-Lewis won his first Academy Award for, called My Left Foot, which is a story of Christy Brown, who is an author and artist from Ireland who only has use of his left foot. He has cerebral palsy and overcame some significant obstacles to create some amazing work and write some amazing stories.
Well, how else is the 25th anniversary being celebrated?
It's culminating with a huge party at Winona Park on July 27th, Monday, July 27th from 6 to 9 p.m. over at the Friendship Shell there. We'll have a band and activities for the families, and it's free of charge for everyone, and good food. We have G's Pizzeria and Old City Hall location coming in, and it'll be a good party over there at the Shell, and we certainly encourage everyone to come to that. And
the bands that'll be participating?
It's one band. They'll be doing a 25-year focus from everything from 1990 on, and so they'll be doing a kind of a retrospective over the last 25 years of music. The band is it's CEYX. It's a local band out of Freeland.
CEYX,
CEYX, right, exactly.
And you also mentioned when we were talking before about some bike rides and kayak and canoe activities.
Yep, we are partnering with Duwall Incorporated and Bay Area Behavioral Health Authority to put on a bike ride in Bay City on July 23rd. That'll take place up through the state park, Topico Marsh up there. And then we have we're working with the Arc of Midland, Chippewa Nature Center, and a few others to put together a kind of a bike ride / kayak event utilizing the accessible kayak launches that are available at the Nature Center at the Tridge here in Midland. That'll take place in August. The dates for that haven't yet been finalized, so we're still working on pulling those together, but they'll be later in August.
Now, how can a viewer get more information on any of these events, these activities?
Best thing to do would be to go to our website, which is www.greatlakesbayada25.com. And all of the events, and we're putting on, we're certainly encouraging other agencies too that have events going on that deal with, disabilities or deal with greater independence or just any other community event that people want publicized. We're putting anything on there that we feel is, worthwhile and is a good community event. So, but all the information about the film festival, the party at Winona, and the bike rides will be on that website.
Well, Matt, thank you for appearing on Community Focus to
Sure.
make us aware of those 25th anniversary events.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
In our final segment today, we'll hear about the Midland Lions Club Hole-in-One Contest fundraiser.